Yo. Madi. Faka mira si.
Pakashata.
Ko pakashati.
Pakashata. But unongoziva kuti kufa kwomurume kubudaura. Kufa kwomurume kubudaura ungozati kozoti zvadhakwa out of nowhere. Aiwa hatizodari. Iripo.
Mdara ziminonakidza se.
Zvokudaro.
Do you know what I find people achiti hanzi zimi yakaoma? But there's another legend akambona yakanzi hanzi, I think it was back in 2008 or something, and so pakanzi zimu life yakaoma chichi haina fuel haina chichi, then hanzi the late no but ndanorara road.
I also still remember my days queue. Apane queue ye inonzi fuel then the herald said kuti the fact that kune queue yema fuel it means kuti vanhu vane mota mari yakawanda
vatorle mari because kala pasila mari
kuti vanhu vatori ne mari yakawanda kutotenga mota.
So looking to now andika people say life in Zimbabwe yakaoma. I think it's a cap.
It's not cap as such. I don't think necessarily it's cap and it.
No, but it is. All right, we say which is cap.
Life yakaoma kutara chokwadi.
All right, what's kuoma kwe life? Indakaona kulukoma kwe life in.
Kuoma kwe life ka. Kushaiwa mari. Aditi. All right, atikati mari such. There are basic things zvinofana kuwanikwa. Because I believe with the true happiness chaichayoga akuna zvinhu zvakadaro. Because the human brain is complicated for you to tell me that you are happy. So $1 billion and it, but something really basic, like you get the point. So
yeah.
We got on basic things. You can say unemployment rate is 95.5% and destined the number one inflation. Imagine that Venezuela in the world.
All right.
That life I don't go over.
You say good life yakaomaka. It's we saying it was it sing but let's just
we're not disclaimer guys.
Disclaimer.
We are not attacking
the
anyone.
economy.
I'm just saying.
So I'm saying Guti, you go to the clubs every Saturday. Guys, whatever happens, Aliga. You know Guti Saturday, you let $10 or $20 to spend. So how can we say Guti like?
All right, because you explain this. Guys, just because I'm not black label.
No, black label no.
Does not mean it does not mean good life I don't go, man. Did you know that?
No.
It doesn't mean that. It means good urukutambura just enough to do dark.
I want to like
just enough to
do Kalochino black label anika. You are different from someone ani arukurowa Anzi bare minimum level kuti urukuna like masupa $8 for 3. Ndova ole go life yakaipa.
Aiwa but wona ndoza ndikutara zvacho kuti imagine even pa drug pandemic papa.
Yeah.
Yekwa America.
Yeah.
You would find kuti zvinhu zvazvakaoma vari mu great depression. But still people were getting money to buy crack. Andikona ndoza ndikutara zvacho kuti unongosvikotamburawo just enough kuti udhakwe.
All right.
You get the point.
Another point.
Kana kunakidza kwe life saka munhu wese ati kuti munhu wese ari kunakidzwa because
akoto like it.
Kunakidzwa.
I want to kwana doro.
Producer ari ku background ari kuziya. Mari dziri kukwana doro guys.
All right. Dziri kwana doro.
Pandaya kuno. Let's have $3.
But $3 is a lot.
What I have V6 that's $3.
All right. Little bag values. You can afford to buy alcohol. You can afford to have a girlfriend. That shit is expensive. All
right. Panyaya ma-girlfriends manditaura inangu personally danani nevanhu vasingakwanisi kuzvitengera data kana airtime kana kundiudza inini kuti ndikuisendere indrive kuti yozondiona inini. What's the point of the relationship kana pakadaro?
Girls say you have to play your part as a man.
Play. Why do we burden ourselves? No, Sengba. Dakudzai. Vanas. Indo kamera kantesa kai. Musengba. Ukonoshidani munhu asikakwanisi kutenga 5 gig $10. Ukona munhu asikakwanisi indrive yekuti awezokuona. Because ndikakubhadhara indrive kuti yozondiona ka. What's the effort takayawaisa kuti yozondiona? Because kana tikaenda out, I remember musikana ndikaenda naye out. tasvika patogate kuti adzobhadhirawo kana $4 yetogate isi tikuenda kutrip yekuti ndakatobuda mhero mari iyi but akati adzobhadhira $4.
But then you have to understand the difference between vasikana nevakomana. Girls expect to get. They are getters.
Ndo zvandiri kuti siyanai nevasikana vakadaro.
But then how many girls would you know kuti unokwanisa kungoti uyu ndakambosangana naye she didn't mind.
Inini kana kune chinhu wanje ndakablesswa nacho. Vasikana vandotamana whether maybe ishamwari yangu kana munhu ndakadana naye kana watakaita anything. You understand? I don't date vanhu vanoda kuita misengwa kana kuda kuti inini ndatove baba vako ndakutoda kuti wato ningoto misengwa ndichatoziva kuti ndoita sei nelife yangu ndikoda kuti ndikuitire AB ndikuda wivi ndikuda data vana po unozvati vana po data po wivi po chakati po chi no indotofarira vasikana vanotombo nditi shamwari wona nhasi da kumbokuendesa out hatisi kushandisa mota yangu ndoda kutopikwa.
But then don't you think that case of you getting those girls is because of the fame?
Ipapo manje ndo panozonetsa
because that's conjecture.
Because manje kuti munhu ari kundifarira kozi ndiri aubetere kana ari kufarira tendai
wapodiwa. You get the point. That's the difference. Those are legit. Just like you've gotten my favors. I call a fame or non-fame or whatever. But my favors don't because of that issue. Let me tell you a story. You know, once relate this thing of I'm not famous. By all means, I'm not famous. But there was a time I got Hanks knows. Trained our club. And they told me right to negotiate. Then I was like, you know what? I was like, let me just start a podcast. That was 2021. 10 episodes in anyway. Show.
Which is nice.
Even the types of girls have as changer.
Even to change. Because I remember my last podcast was with DJ Ollah. We don't see each other because that one is I have no words. I'm not gonna say anything bad, but he knows. But the last episode, the last podcast that I did with him, and it was not nice, blah blah blah, and we were talking about some of these things. I told him the number one thing that I hate about being popular is unwanted attention.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't pray for the rain. Usingadi dark. Ashite. And you go, ukatona wato popular, misengba yese inotoenda.
Reducing.
Aizoende because kune imwe misengba itoriwo popular tatenda misengba.
Mostly.
Because ukati unotoimba chabaro utori nemari utori kana neJLE. Over what you need to have number one to take a brutal fruit 20. You should get to use in Chukuda, that's $3.
Which is out
to booked weakness, which was out of 800. Over what I'm saying, but
then do you think Kuti Vacho Vaska? Because like I think the game is unfair to guys. Like with the girls, Aniga, I was watching like the podcast, Sataori Mazita. The girl, Arikoko, I got a bear allowance here, 1,500. And I was like, what? 1,500?
Imagine.
That's like 2 months' pay for some people.
Two? Baba van Varkubadrama 150. $100. I don't send a DM and got someone and Buterenya Zaskana $60 I can. Such imagine
$6 like bear allowance.
Bear allowance.
$60.
Anzindo but $60 in Mskano bus. Saka Marisho Machichi.
Yeah.
Who shall not be named? What? I got sort of a life on air, did it? I in one was 0 personally. I couldn't wig, 1.5, you would have 1.5 Yagadaro.
But then she's always going out of the country, staying in bushy places.
Picture. One more post.
Yeah, I guess.
Why do you think Kujabudia post?
All right.
What is this city?
Let's sidetrack. Let's move from that and sidetrack. There's a post here Tenderera, I think from our past few weeks. These guys were saying to Nita Shema Blazer, of course, that Kurambi Rumkomana. Then I began to wonder, and Kuti, in fact, I began thinking, almost Saskana Isando's one Blazer. And they don't see nothing wrong with that.
inyaya yekuda zvinhu ndo vanapo vandikudza because ukanyatsotarisa vanhu zvavanoitira munhu blessa zvakachipa but they are very lazy. You understand? Most girls are lazy. Ukaona munhu ana blessa kuti ndototengura iPhone 15 kana ndotoenda kuDubai unasati visa rekuDubai rinoenda $200.
Yeah, plane ticket ikachipa futi.
Exactly. Ndokona kutoseva kana ndakatanga kuseva muna January muna December ndikatoenda Dubai ndega kana kuti Zanzibar kwakwa for 2 weeks. Andikunzwa ndisina kana blessa wanda kana kuti ndapindirwa nene machira just because ndaenda ku Zanzibar. Zvinhu zvavanenge vachiitira zvinhu izvo zvakachipa but they don't want to accept it. Plus inyaya yepressure futi sometimes. Unoidi iPhone 16 uri muzupko. Ndisa but une phone ye $1,800 because then ndiri ndikaona mari inanditenga iPhone 16. In fact ndoshandisa ma budget phone. Techno ikaburitsa handiwanzofara hangu kutaura mazita pasina mari. Ikaburitsa Camon chinzi 100 ndotonoteka iyo. As long as ichifona
ine ma functions cheo.
Kutora ma picture readers I don't need to use empty consumerism yekuti ndozati vanhu pachana podcast ranyepa munhu wese andachakati ndoti munhu wese because ini ndikaona $1,800 iwo ndakubvunza chibabewe. Unganotengere phone waikuwana $1,800 apa. Unganotenga phone.
Zoletsa. So let's take a ad break. Right, we are back. So taitaura nyaya dzemablessa. Girls have normalized kuita mablessa.
Because inyope. Ndo anosengwa.
Of course.
I understand vanoita mablessa out of pane a certain level of desperation inogona kuti come life memunhu. I've seen it before. And I've seen people vanononga ari homeless. Proper legit homeless. Chitu kamona mba akapfeka tusketi tutikiti anoti ya bozo ese. But when they depart from there vanonokumbira kuti naendo murombo raramba kwenyu kana chichi. Well, sometimes ndosikana it's a complex issue. Some people anoita zvemabless because hapana option. Anogona ngatozama kutsvaka basa sei singashando tozongona ndosika nchigara nchitaura.
But don't you think kuti kuita blessa is the easy way out for the girls?
It's the easy way out of it. Ndosika nchigara nchitaura that if your body uri musikana or your appearance is your biggest asset, you are definitely doing some horse shit. Chatsingaziye.
But
you
then
are doing it.
But don't you think it's because kuti vanhu vanoapproacha munhu iye vakawanda singaita?
Wakawanda iwe ukata mari ukatenga motadzisi dzawafungira ukata sechinhu chauchafunga chi chihure. Hapasina wakutongofunga mabhebhi kutongoti ndada tomboziva kuti ndingaita sei. Andikona. So anobva zvinobva zvaita opportunity meets preparation yanenge akatogara akatoitawo makeup dzaakada kutonoonekwa obva aonekwa nemunhu atotiwo ndamboitawo zvanhingi. Obvanzi because fair to fair titaura ngataura nechokwadi guys. Tese tine mabhebhi edu. But fair to fair chacha bhebhi rako rakasvikira rikanzi 1.5 one night stand rambe. Ngatitaure chokwadi sevakomana hatisi kuda kutabata things harambe.
One thing that's for sure andika. Mabhebhi anoda secret. Kana kanzi 1.5 pasila ari kuziya ka. Clean anoenda a story time.
1.5 onatsonzi shamwari. 0.5 one night stand. Tongoenda pa N1 hotel pakanana kuti paSebabhen apa. Chodzoka mangwana anoenda.
But inini my point is we have to make peace with kuti vasikana vedu vese vari mablessa.
I always tell people, and people think you talk and why do you say stuff like that about women? Ndikati guys, we have accepted a lot of things about women.
But do you blame Shadaya?
I don't. And Shadaya face wangu I don't blame him. The number one problem yatina in Zimbabwe is that kudzwa chokwadi.
Vakadzi vari kunzwa chokwadi.
Sorry, I meant to say vakadzi havadi kudzwa chokwadi. You understand?
Because like
vakavaudza chokwadi, they get riled up, they get feministic, they get defensive.
Narcissist.
You're a narcissist. Mubloke yasaende kuStar FM kunoita zviyoyo because hada kutaura chakati. Handikona. It's like kungona kamunhu straight iwo nohura iwo. Enda kune one munhu unonyatsotoziva kuti ndo zvanoita. Obva kuti iwewe unohura plus unorara nevarume for mari. Go to anyone. Right now obva no point blank kuti iwewe unohura unorara nevarume nemari. Anda kuti kuita tonotanga kuti Prince Albert akatoti chakati ndo zvanotoita. Ngatokanceliwa narcissist sadistic person anovenga vakadzi. Handiti but unenge wangomudza chokwadi kuti obva wanyatsomutora iti haurari nevarume for mari here. Ndorara nevarume so for mari.
But then she'll never admit.
People don't admit. But dakudzai vanhu vari kuliwa streets.
All right, so let's take this direction, Andika. You're an artist. You're a struggling artist, and obviously you'd want to have a girl, a very beautiful girl,
Yes.
fairly beautiful girl for aesthetics. And
Yes.
taught you for example, let's put a zvirikuitika kuna anonzani face wedu Delroy.
Uh-huh.
Inini my analysis was of course une mwana andika anoda kutaura kuti ndina baby mama ndine mukadzi
ane mukadzi
andika but Maria ya probably yakanzi kune mukadzi because vakadzi liva loyali iyaya most cases
nongonzi uyu superstar 1 million chichikuitika
basa tokudya basa lekuriova lava.
That is what I was saying, guys. Like, I need people to understand this, and you need to be very careful about my artists in Zimbabwe. Especially vanhu vekuharare vanoshandisa anonzi ma-aesthetics. You get the point? Vanhu vakawanda vanoitiswa. You get the point? And muZimbabwe hatina culture ku-appreciate ma-artists or the value anopa. You understand? And people tend to just, because ndikadedzwa ndikanzi yaute movie ndoenda because ndikuda exposure, ndikuda kuti vanhu vaone what I can do, handiti then unogona kutonzikana kuti hatisi kukubhadhara. You get the point? And munhu anenge achikudza izvozvo maybe millionaire.
But do you think kuti artists are getting their money's worth or their art's worth?
They are not. Let me tell you what happened, guys. Akudza chokwadi. Handiti vanhu vakawanda vanogara vachinibvunza kuti when singeti maskits. Personally, I don't hate anyone. The skits are way big. These guys are buying cars. Vari kuchengeta vabereki vavo handiti. But personally, I don't do skits. I'm an actor. You get the point? The job of an actor is not to be known, is to be good. Ndosaka usati wamboona mface kubva 2010 anonzi Daniel Day-Lewis. That guy is I think yachatota next James Bond. Akapesera kuacta muna 2010, but right now haakwanisi kufamba kana muroad kana mustreet.
Because it's very
that
good.
Is why uchiona chiti inini ndogona kufamba pana ndichidarika pa Nashville apa ndangoslowa down of the directions ndozoka kuti nditendayo. Daita maskits, people wouldn't do that. Because they know kuti unogara uri in their face. That is why I don't do skits. I don't want to. Ndine shamwa dzangu kuita maskits akawanda. Magic is my good brother. Tuta madhira ntonitsvagira my clients business redu. Mujaya ndomufara ndogara ndichosenda mauyu. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't do skits because of that. Dai ma artists aibhadharwa mari chaiyo chaiyo. Dai ndapanza pane BMW i8 because hakuna series muZimbabwe rakapisa kudarika Wadiwa Wepamoyo. Azviite, and it's going to take a long time for people to emulate that. You understand? I remember first day ndakauya pa episode yoyo. Episode 6, I remember, season 1, episode 6, we went 100,000 views in 21 minutes. You understand? Jabreza ndo pakabuda song yekunzi Kumahumbwe. Akabva enda pa number 3. Isusu edu ma episodes number 1, I remember takanda number 1, 2, 3. Trending the same series. Jabreza ari pa number 4. You get the point? If Daivan Zimbabwe corporate or anyone here to understand the art and about that, let's totally dzimwe. But in Zimbabwe, unongonzi yati advert yangu isola ndopa $50. Who does that? Inokayoka ndaroka ndinokudza kuti dai waisa $50 yo pa Facebook onoita ma-advert. Because I'm not going to sweat getting in character for you kuti undipe $50. Andina mari. You get
and people think that it's easy.
I don't have money. But just because I don't have money, I don't want to eat to make a decision when I'm hungry. Don't eat when you are too hungry. Because you can eat anything. Unongonotema akamangu ukaisa suit kana une nzara. Otodya. Otofunga kuti that's the best life. And unobva watofunga kuti ndikutoita ndikudedzwa guys musanyepere nevanhu vaya munoona kuharara hey brand ambassador for blah 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 blah. Yetwaona. How many times have you seen kana Delroy achinzi brand ambassador kupi kana Ninga achinzi brand ambassador kupi? But they're still struggling artists. You understand? They have to be carried by someone. I believe kana uri artist anditi or an actor, musician, comedian, there is no way yauchata 10 years uchingotemba nekuti Ningi ndiye sponsor wangu ndichazodai ndikadai. Andikona azviite handiti. At some point you have to become independent yekuti unokwanisa kutogona organize a show mu Alex Sports pasina masponsor isa ndiri one ndikaputika. Zvinoita Kanye West. Kanye West organize a show organize stadium pasina kana one sponsor because he has gained the money and everything that is required for his talent kuti aende mberi like that. But muZimbabwe
no, amuna because like you need money first. Because Kanye ane mari kuti anokwanisa kungoti, you know what? I don't need sponsors.
Where did that money come from? From his talent. He was recognized for me when he started music. Akatanga ari producer nditi. Then he started rapping. He was paid for that. Andikona. Anombonzi yati advert ye Pepsi. topa 6-pack remapeps. Nobody mapeps. I'm not all right. I'm not saying kuti those are peps. Guys, I'm not saying kuti those are peps. I'm just saying for example, unondidedza kuti nditi advert. Ye drink. What you don't but drink. What is that? What you don't eat 6-pack remadrink out.
I've actually realized kuti across the border, South Africa maresa oga atori big.
Very big.
I was looking at my rates, my rate card, my DJ, like radio DJs.
Exactly.
Ego South Africa.
The 200,000 rands.
200,000 rands.
Expensive. And they get that man.
They get
Trust
it.
Me. But in Zimbabwe, man, right now we are trying to do a horror movie, right? It's called Namo Fort of the Ancestors. So the way I want to do it, I don't want to do it from the zombie perspective, the American perspective, because it's a horror movie. I want to do it from an ATR perspective, like from African traditions. And it's
relatable to our...
And I want to do something relatable. So we're trying to cast that guy, Nigeria, if you know him, Kanayo. Billionaire Boys Club, and nobody was rich. And when we contacted the agent, I got told that guys, we charge $5,000
Yeah.
flat fee. And when you come, you have to come and shoot to Nigeria because you cannot come to Zimbabwe because he's a lawyer.
Oh.
He's a lawyer. He's a full-time lawyer. He's always busy. So
I don't consult detector my terms like
we can sue. Have never had in production in Southern Africa in Emunu. Saka, if you want, you can go down maybe $3,000. But you have to come, mama, shoot my episode, and you can talk by 2 weeks. You shoot, you shoot, mama, to Pedro and Papa, then you go back. And you go, imagine, when it is, Roy took for $3,000. Hey, mom's one to pizza, moms, 500.
Easy.
And you go, it will be easy. It's sad to see an artist like Delroy started as going to chengeta mwana wake munanema song kata superstar yekuti akuna kana mwana mtikane create wana no sort baby uri superstar. Don't
you think kuti the rich guys andiga vanoita that mantra iko apashonjava yekuti bvuma kupusa?
Inini mangu I would rather be poor.
No, I'm saying kuti that's why.
Yeah, I know. That's what they do. Vanotokudza kuti bvuma pusa ona indine platform. That's why ndakaita imwe TikTok video ndakaseti tangu yandakati me cooking on exposure, so ndichitora mhepo ndichiisa poto
kwakaivhiziri
yakaya kuti simudzira mhepo.
Aiwa. But then you have to stage your ground guy.
Yeah, at that time ndaifana kupusa mbichana because I wanted something from someone. So inini kwaari munhu I needed the platform zvekutodaro. So yanga yakuda kusumudza mhepo. So ipapo ndakati rekati but tipuse mzara hora kusumza hora zekutodaro chaizvo zvekutoti vanhu vakaonda kutoti aiwa saka vanhu vada kutotiitisa. Then I realized maybe apa ndakurumidza kuti stand my ground.
Let's take a ad break again.
Yeah.
So we're talking about exposure. Do you think exposure is worth anything? All right, do you think exposure is worth anything? Just exposure, Chet, being on the biggest stage in Zimbabwe. Because exposure in the US is different from exposure in Zimbabwe.
I think Uchitanga it is.
Uchitanga it is.
I think Uchitanga it is. You can be an upcoming person all your life. Look at the Arab people, upcoming artist.
But then with Arab people, my thinking is, I can't go Makwa one for the sake of Kumakwa.
That guy
is better than most.
Good. It's music. I'm telling you, I saw without. I like Vanokana, I like 10, I like votes. And it. Arab Pius is a good musician.
Arab Pius, I agree.
I'm telling you, good. Munanet some music. Can I just hip hop?
I know what Arab Pius.
Tell us song again on the cheat out night. So that guy is good. Problem he may be in a Pius because I don't want to tell this. Who knows how to you sometimes talk or talk about social media and say so. But that guy. Teacher hip hop is better than most of my favorite one.
Don't you think Kuti is appealing to the wrong market?
Exactly. I think Arab people are hip hop
because we all know Kuti the Zimsel's market is not the market for my artists. But you understand what
I understand.
Kuti Zimsel's is known, but it's not the biggest page.
It's not.
But then it seems like it's the biggest.
It's not the biggest page. And Zimcelebs post kana kuti vachita seiseka some of them ndosikachoona ndigara ndichikomenda kuti mabhadharo because vanoposta zvimwe zvinhu zvokuti and they don't post zvinhu zvemunhu zvine musoro manenge wakamira kuti abetane $100 emunhu atatomuvharire katitoposta vane vanhu vavo vavanofarira andikona ende vamwe vanhu vavanovashandisira malikes kuti atakatitoposta ubeti hanzana $100 emunhu akatomuvhara katitodai.
Zim Celebs is a violent page,
very violent.
I remember anonzani Ray Vines pakati Zim Celebs is a satanic page. But then because it's also zvinhu zviribo, we do not want that.
We don't. People like nonsense things, my guy.
Because I remember, like, people will never make chiri good trend.
They don't. And it's just like munhu ari kutsvaka support. People don't support people vanda support. They always support munhu asingadi support.
So let's.
And that's, I don't know where it came from, kana anyway, but
maybe ningeri nyaya clickbait.
Mama tikararamira malikes vakomana toenda mberi sei.
Holy ten araramira malikes.
No, Holy ten araramira malikes. Let me explain to you. Nyaya iri pana.
Let analysis yangu pana Holy ten. Holy ten is like a shock joke. Andiga. Is someone kuti he likes to shock you kuti muone kuti what is he gonna do next. Holy ten is Kanye West from Zimbabwe.
I think Holy ten has mastered the use of social media based on the gullibility in Zimbabwe.
Exactly.
People in Zimbabwe are gullible. I will say this 100 times. Hate me, love me, but in Zimbabwe are too gullible. You know, when you hear my pass rate, I don't believe 27%. So that's number 2 and Maryland.
No.
That's a lie.
Must take 90s.
King, one in mepo. You understand? So can check out. You know, those kind of pandai took, I think it was Square Zero on Instagram when I heard this apostle saying Tanzi, hey, apostle and wadikita, die.
Yeah.
Almost every comment and everything on it. Hey, because today, to not talk at Zikinuro Panent, Katimno Man's one gets a tear on him, that's for sure. Man's one gets a me tomb by me to Konamaka Fugaman, my Benzenyu, Muruma Postor. As Nagutin Ningrikin Angota, Gezi.
No, usually Mama Apostoga, they run my church like a cult following type of item. Because I will not name. But we certain church to kaita singwaiti saka. Meta singucharoa. If you are doing business now, what to cancel you?
Potonzi.
Atsa honor.
Those no kuratidza kuti people are gullible. People are controlled by religion. And that's why Karl Marx said religion is the opium of the oppressed. Anyone are oppressed. That is why even waneta mshonga mari. Do you know why? If you are desperate, you do anything to get redemption.
And if you are desperate, you know that kuna matter.
If you are desperate, you need a prayer warrior.
That's a
fact. Some things don't need prayer. Inicha don't believe. Mwari kumsoro udenga atangiki.
Do you know one thing before I end kumberi? What I realized, Danika, my atheist countries are the richest countries.
Why do you think that is? They don't waste their time matching the tithe. It's
the ATR.
Mwari operate in isolation. You understand? I want people to be, I know, to come and do it. I want you guys to listen very carefully. You are wasting time in Yakawanda Mstera wana papa. Mwari operate in isolation. Ndosaka kudara kwa hivi masvikiro, gombwe, vadzimu. You can't say yo nechi hure cha unoita oda kufugama yo chite mwari kumsoro kudenga munhu ari kunzi ari 7th heaven, munhu akakreta mwedzi nezuva kuti uone masikati oda kutanga kunamata. Unogona kuti I know the defense yavacho kuti hey takurarama mu New Testament, Jesus came and we were redeemed. That does not mean, do you really think kuti vakabhadhara fees une right yekuvapa mbama vakakuti wafoira? Azviite. Andikona takafurirwa tikatotanidza bute rakashata vadzima vaite nevanhu white people namatai musoro kudenga.
People should respect ATR.
Anditi zvinhu zvazvo. Anditi you need to understand. Mamwe venyu hatisi kubudira kana tikunetsikana because we just don't want to accept kuti uri kuramba kubvuma zvikwa uri kudzwa nevadzima vako vanokuita intercede. Anditi kuna Mwari they intercede for you. Yes, you can pray. Anditi Mwari anonzwa munhu wese. Oh no. There are 9 billion people in the world. He has a very busy job. And that's why he is Chichi and some of you are so gullible. I know this guy, I want to say his anoposta papa wako dai kani zakaso dai baka.
Maybe he's getting benefits. Maybe he's
Baba,
on that far something, you know.
Can I tell you something? If you are getting a benefit from someone or truth, it's a millionaire, neka. Mari, haifungi zero.
Yeah, inotongonika.
Mari inooneka from afar kutongona kuti uyu munhu anogona kunge asina million but zvinhu zvakarongeka. But most people zvikuitika tiri kunetsekana. Ndosaka ndichigara ndichikuudza kuti don't listen to anyone, especially zvanhu zviri popular maharare zvinofunga kuti zvimacelebrity zvichifunga kuti zvakapenga. Don't listen to them. We know them. Personally, inini handina kutanga kuzoziva vanhu kana kuti ndiri pandauya paWadiwa Wepamoyo. That's where ukavunza Wikipedia about me.
I remember, I think back 2016.
Exactly. It's also, let me tell you how I figured things out. Inini ndakazvodza ndiri paMSU ndikati I'm a nobody. But I would like to grow my influence. I would like to be heard kundikataura chinhu. People listen to it. But I don't have any platform. Then I sat down with myself and I said, what can I do to make sure that I don't track now, even though I don't track? Then a light bulb went in my head that I have to start an award show. It's the easiest way for anyone and
they'll respect
to
you.
Come close to you. And then we started the Glamour Awards. Everyone. That's when I started to grow my influence. Because I take DM kana baba macheso. Go on Instagram page. I told people, hi guys, we say, Twitter say, remember that Gweru ataka shock blawa. Satogona to go frani push tungo pa things do chifura and gonna. And these people are my company, my company dark fire, dark fire. But they don't have the money in English finger on one.
Exactly.
Guys, anyone can go to Dubai.
Do you know
with
what?
The right determination, you need billions of dollars to go to the no. And the visa is very cheap. And because even $5 per week.
By the end of the
year next year, talking Oscar. Children talk about contacts because it's doable. And but the way they put it across, and those all I invent, hey, $100. Because you're sitting on a high horse in a nice studio. So you want to make everyone believe just because you are popular. That's a lie. I know one very popular in one tombo send $1 by go cash. I know one yimba to pisa one tombo netska to mote de perfume pakat no konso to patsirawe. And you just because some people are popular does not mean they have money. And social media has made a big mistake of exaggerating things to a point that $10 shit vana vaita mari uchiona vari pastage iPhone 13 fake vanenge vatenga paZimex vatengera mafollowers vanhu vemaharare ndivaziva. I know them. This is why I always say kuti ukaona munhu achinzi brand ambassador, and I always advise companies zviri easy. If you want me to be your brand ambassador, I can do it. But listen closely to what I want to say. Ukandibhadhira 1,000 kuti ndiite something, ndinotora 800 wesa mumangu. $100 ndonotenga 20,000 likes. 50 ndotenga 1 million followers ochakata.
No, before I know Mbiri, let's talk about let's take an ad break. Then we'll come back and talk about the likes. I like the likes issue.
Yes.
I like the likes issue.
Let's talk about it. And those are about it.
So we're talking about nyaya likes andika. I'm not sure if I'm correct or if I'm wrong.
All right.
There's a certain artist from Gweru. When I was in Gweru, I was getting 400, 300 views. Went to Harare. He's on 60,000, 20,000 likes. And I'm trying to think, is it a location thing or is it a...
It's not a location thing. Let me tell you. My celebrity edu. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just popular. So I have the right to say in Zwande Doctor. Ukatora munhu obva mutindi brand ambassador. Anotora $500 yomba. And kuno following chokwadi zvichokwadi. Kuti vatoriwo influence kuti people react. But most of them vanongotora $50. unotenga ma-likes nema-comments and blah blah blah.
Wakambozvona
here kuti munhu anogona kuitwa brand ambassador kana wekutengesa mawig omafoni ogoposta vanhu vagolike ogwisa moto chii but under code yake anenge akapiwa kugongotenga vanhu 2. How is that possible? Because if I post a product ikanzi kudiwa nevanhu 10,000, you get it, vanhu 10,000 vakomena vanoreacta, the person andipa kuti ndiposte that product should get a revenue kana emacustomer kana 500 kana 1,000.
I think the only person akakwanisa kumaster that game is not even from Zimbabwe. That guy knows Mark G.
Mark G, yes.
Mark G is so influential kuti inini I even bought doro rake.
Because ndozvo ndikutaura kuti andowati as from G?
Zim.
Muzim
in Zim, I don't think there's anyone under that influence.
My shortcut. Andikona. Bozwa nditi 500 ndakaomera ndigeto yuto wangu. Boom dara. Andochifaisa mira imone. Masola acha instalewa. Anditi zvese bo. Ndinotenga ma followers angu, tenga ma likes angu ndotopedza. If you take that 500 ukaisa marketing on Facebook or Google Ads, you have stand more chance to garner more customers than kupama fake influencers.
Talking about fake influencers, Andika. I know kuti achatsamwa achatondifonera. Andika. MSU celebs. 180,000 followers.
But
engagement. Not even that. Engagement is like 6 comments. The math is not mathing.
All right, so before we go further, I was at MSU. I know MSU celebs all got actually post blah blah blah. But this man is making sense. There is no way I'm not 180,000 followers. Moita 6 comments. Let's.
I'll put it up on the way you faked.
Let's be truthful, and it.
Can only 108 or 150 or 120, maybe tata exaggerate ku 108 you should get
if
at least
you have 100,000 followers, you should get at least 1,000 comments.
Andika, that's acceptable.
That's logical. It's logical for you to do that because it's acceptable. So talk on that comment because I know in the follow Mr. Hudson. He posts something over, he has about 1 million followers.
Not
Mr.
even
Hudson, but he gets 400 comments. He actually takes time to respond. How come you have 180,000 followers or 100? Over 2 likes, 2 comments, 3 comments.
That's fake influence. That's fake influencing.
Kana uda kunati vanhu havana influence and nawo kubhuira kwamutamba myo kusina internet.
Not even kubhuira kwamutamba. Do you know what
guys munoona hora.
Of which tikatotasa muZimbabwe or Gweru, people in Gweru are 140,000. Maybe room for correction. Not everyone in Gweru on internet.
140,000 maybe one were actively pa internet maybe 2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you trying to tell me that you 140,000 go follower maybe 6 ndovega active in ma India ma robots anenga jwa follower
and they can just pay $100
for. I have 14,300 followers on Instagram. I didn't buy them. I didn't do anything.
Organic.
I think I followed 2,000 people or so. And you see, people who want to follow me. So you got to touch in. Not on engagement. How to say and
because engagement in your success chin.
Kote kuti. Uno post chin. Tona already 1,000 likes zero, but 0 comments.
Ajiti. Because every time you post something objective, you're going to do that engagement. Because of time. I'm sure to follow the episode.
We should do another. I think I will be here. No. I think for another, I don't know, week or so, but we can do another episode. We can post this one for that one.
Wow, like that's how.
Anyway, because most of you, you are making pressure unnecessarily.
Exactly.
People are starting to think it's so fancy to go to Dubai. People are starting to think it's fancy to use an iPhone. It's not. It shows the level of poverty at Tinayo. If someone thinks to go to Dubai is a big thing. It's a problem. And someone needs to speak out against that because whenever I bless 16 years, just to buy an iPhone
because of fake influence.
So let's not do that. Just let's not give van varikuya kumasure kwedu because chandoziva ka kana vanhu ava vari takapenga tichazongozviona because generation yese yevanhu vaipisa kudhara vakangofa vachitambura vachipostwa pafacebook vachitipe mari tivarapise kana vane mari chaiyo chaiyo tichazozviona kana vakunofa papa dziri mbinga handiti hatidi kuona 1 million anoda paZTV chinzi ticontribute we want because mune mari that's image yamunotipa handikuona image is very important and I believe in sartorial expressions mukauya makarava smart chichi unogona kunge usina mari but tikuassume kuti uneka level of influence kekuti hatidi kukuona uchinzi ticontribute kukupa grocery sezvakaitwa gringo kana chempeto kana Solomon Schools because mukuti mune mari
with that less